Hi Flosstube, it's Helen D. I'm a week early. I thought I would film my regular update a week early because that actually sets me up better for the rest of the summer and what we have going on. So I figured why not? I'm a week early. So thank you for spending some time with me today to talk all things cross stitch. This is a Flosstube video. I sometimes have other crafts, but typically with me it is mostly 98% cross stitch. I hope you're doing well. I hope it is cool where you are. I apologize for the extra noise. I have a fan going. I apologize for the sweat, thus the fan. It is 82 degrees down here, so that fan is a necessity. And as soon as I'm done, I'm going upstairs to the air-conditioned room. It's been so humid and hot here all this week. It looks like it's going to be all next week. I am not a hot weather girl, but cold weather girl. So I'm doing the best I can. I know it's only been a week, but we've been busy. It's been a busy week. We took my son to Vermont. He is at a coding program for 2 weeks. My mother-in-law comes next week, so I need to do some cleaning to get ready for her. And then she's going with us to pick him up on the way back. You know, it was 80 degrees, so I decided it's time for raspberry jam. Did that yesterday with that fan. I could have frozen them and made it later, but I had the time. I was hot anyway, so I just did it. So I did jam. Yeah, mostly some projects. I have some projects to do before she comes in. I think that's it. Other than that, I've been stitching, especially because that's the room with the air conditioner. And we were in the car for 5 hours each way. So I got some car stitching done. So let's jump in with what I've been up to. First with a thank you, because your eagle eyes caught another one. I've been missing a lot of stitches lately. I showed this piece last week, Hello Summer from Erin Elizabeth, and a few people noticed one of these rays. I had only done half crosses on like half that ray. I had this at Stitch Maine, fully stitched like this. No one said anything. I looked at it for a month and a half, didn't notice. So thank you. It's all pinned on mat board. So I popped it out of the frame and I like just sewed those half stitches on. They are not my neatest, but they're done. So thank you. That one's done. I was like, oh man, it's all finished. I had to find that color floss because I had a bucket of floss to put away, as we all do. But I got it done, so thank you. So I have 2 fully finished things, 1 finish, and then a bunch of projects, and then just some other stuff to talk about. So let's jump in. Let's start with the finished things. And there's a theme, and I didn't even plan it. It's a jam theme. I fully finished, this is berry jam from Mill Hill. And this one, both of these actually are things I had finished a little bit ago and just hadn't shown yet, because I think I said that last week leading up to school break. I did a lot of finishing and I just kind of, or partial finishing. So this one, I just put the paper on the back, cat hair. I do have a tutorial showing how I've been doing these with the cording. So that one is done. And then the other one I had stitched, it's called Summer Jam, and it's by Robin Sample of October House Fiber Arts. This was a chart that Robin put out last year as like a thank you. She did it, it was a freebie for like a month, celebrating her anniversary of October House. And I stitched it up earlier this year. She had sent me this as a thank you, and she actually had it kitted up with the fabric that she stitched it on, but I picked this Ada because it was a linen, and you guys know I'm not a linen girl. So this is all the called for flosses, except somewhere down here I swapped something, and I don't even remember what it was. A light green was supposed to be a dark green, or the other way around, or I used the wrong red. It looks fine. So I did a little rickrack, I used that fabric on the back, and then I had some chenille that matched. So this one is done, and guess what? Little jump ahead, it's out. So I held on to this one to show you until hers was out, so that if you wanted it, you could get it. So this is Summer Jam. It's one of October House's new releases, and Robin sent them to me to use as giveaways, so we'll have those today. So there it is, Summer Jam, October House Fiber Arts. So, and you can see she showed it stitched long or tall. She wrapped some baker's twine around hers, but I had this little bit of rickrack that was just the right color. So that one will go out. I'm ready to take Patriotic down and put up, I have most of my summer stuff up, but I still had some summer stuff that wasn't up. Don't worry, Amy already got a drink. For finishes, last video, which was only a week ago, I had said that I was really working toward finishing a couple things before I started my Halloween sales. I got one of them done, and one of them I got a good chunk on. So the one I got done is Forest Friends. Hold on, the fan. This is by Tiny Modernist, and it was an exclusive chart to her Patreon page, but it will be released next year. So it was a 5-part, I think, stitch along. I stitched mine on 16 count Picture This Plus Oaken because I really wanted that white to show. So I had a couple done, and I was working on the bunny, and then this guy stitched up really quick. Someone said, oh my gosh, you stitched that so quick. Yeah, when I was actually focusing on it, worked right up. Funny how that happens. So that one is done. I forgot the laundry basket, so I just have a bag, and it's floppy. So I don't know where I want to put that because it's just going to fall in. So that was my one finish. So then for whips, I have 3 whips and 2 new starts, I think. I think that's what's in this pile. This one is Atlantic Shores from Pigeon Coop Designs. This is the one that I've kind of made my summer coffee stitch. So if I have time in the morning, I've been working on this one. It's all bent up. So it's Atlantic Shores. I started on bottom, and it's so relaxing. I don't know what it is about this piece, but I don't know if it's just because it's stripes. It's so easy to follow, although I have made a mistake. But I just love it. So here's where I'm at, and there's a lot done even from the last time you saw it. I love the colors. So my mistake, this row here, the darker color is supposed to be the top part of the wave, and the lighter color is supposed to be the bottom. I actually did all of it in the lighter color before I realized my mistake. So then I decided, instead of picking out these 2 rows with all these half stitches and quarter stitches, I'm just gonna pick out the bottom row. And I could have left it, but I kind of liked the other ones all have 2 colors. So I picked out 1 row and made it the darker color. So now I'm in here filling in this little checkerboard, and then I need to move the tree up and this shore up so that then I can keep going. See, I'm down there on that section. So I'll just keep drinking coffee and stitching. It's nice. I get a little time in the morning. I'm stitching that one on 28 count antique white, even weave, a Lugana. So there's that one. This was the other piece that I'm working toward. I'd like to not, it's a small piece, and I don't want it to get buried with all my Halloween stuff and not get finished, so I'm trying to work on it. So it's Nibblers from Pedal Pusher. So this board is from Scarlet Sky Designs, And the chart is Pedal Pusher. And this is out. This was a new release, I think at the beginning of June. Barbie stitched hers on Country French Cafe Mocha. I had a piece of Ariel, picture this plus, 16 count. I needed it 16 so it would fit on the board. And that's where I'm at. So I worked on this in the car. I was working on another piece that I'll show you, but it's rows and rows and rows of the same color, and you could tell that I was stitching in the car because it was a little bumpy. In this one, because it was little bits, I could work on it without it looking so bad. Some of those stitches are still a little off, but it's not as obvious. So there's that one. I love those little mice. I think, where's the one with the feet? This guy, I think he's my favorite. So that one I have the top row to finish, and then 2 more, right? Because I have this mouse done, so I have these 2 bottom rows and half of the top row. And 10 more hours in the car in a week. So, see what happens. 324 got just a little bit of love. This is by Works by ABC on a 32 count, sorry, a 28 count white Lugana. For some reason this one always gets very floppy in my hoop. So there's the whole thing. And here's mine. I have the other half done. So I now have 3 full rows done all the way across. And then I finished this row and I'm up here. And I have a few coming up that are more solid motifs. Whenever I get to a section that has what I call the leggy motifs, like this one, where it's just not as solid, they go so much faster. And then I'll get like this, and it takes a while. So I've just, again, plug away, try and get a few done at a time. I'm in no rush. Oh, I forgot to turn on my Do Not Disturb, sorry, hold on. So that one's got some love. Then I have 2 new starts. So the first one I put my Whippakeepa from Stephanie of the New England Stitcher, which leads me to thank you everyone that went over and subscribed to Stephanie's channel. She's closing in on 4,000. Her student had challenged her and was like, I think you should reach 5,000 over the summer, right? And like Stephanie's like, I don't have any control over that, but sure, that's a great goal. So thank you for everyone that went over and subscribed. Stuff's sticking over here. I had a lot of people ask if Stephanie sold her keepers and her wood products. I would say reach out to her on Instagram because she had a few things left over from Stitchwing. It might be gone now. She doesn't have like a store, but you can reach out to her through Instagram. So in here, I put my little start from the car that I ended up having to do just half stitches because it was not looking great. So there's a row stitch here in the middle because that's where I started. And can you even tell what this is? I'll show you the picture, but I know it doesn't look like much. This is my son's Christmas ornament. Hold on. And I figured it would be a good time. So it is from an Etsy shop. I'll list it below if you're interested. So it's a taco. It's Taco Cat. There was actually a Taco Cat in the cookbook from Market. I couldn't read the chart. You know, the cookbook is small, the charts are small, my eyes aren't good, I just couldn't read it. I couldn't read the chart. And I'm like, you know what? It's gonna just be so much of a hassle to try and read that chart. But I really liked that idea. He thinks Taco Cat being a palindrome is hilarious. So this is from Cross Stitch Buddy. and it was $3.19. And I'm like, for $3.19, I'm just gonna save my eyes some trouble. So I'm half stitching the taco, and then I can just fill it in. And I don't even know what this fabric is. It's a 16 count, pale white. So that's living in my Whippakeepa. And then the last new start is the Happy Halloween Stitch Along from Historical Sampler Company. This just started. It came out Monday, so I had to wait until I got home. So it's a mystery cell. That's what we kind of have, right? That's your overview, and then that's part one. So like I said in my last video, this seemed completely keep-upable. Like, it's not a lot of stitching, it's not solid. So I started that, and I've been working pretty hard on it, even though it's only been a day and a half, because the Satsuma Street sale comes out on Friday. So I would love to get this one done, this section, so then I could move on. Now, I'm gonna show you what came in the box in just a second. Historical Sampler Company did ask me if I wanted to participate, and they sent me their box. And it came with fabric. You could get a linen or an Aida. I got the Aida, and I think it's vintage from Zweigart. And it's a tan. It's fine fabric. I love stitching on gray, right? If you guys have watched me for any length of time, gray is probably my preferred neutral, especially for Halloween, because the whites just really pop. So I went through what I had, and I found a 16 count dapple from Picture This Plus. So this is what I'm using. Now I have the border done. I even finished this motif, even though it's on the next page, same as up here. There's a little bit more smoky stuff in here to fill in that pumpkin. I think I have 2 more X's, but I had to go to bed. And then like the 2 sections over here. And someone had asked when I showed this last video, and I kind of showed the picture, what I was going to do about traveling, because a lot of the stitches are, sorry, I'm moving my thread out of the way. Right? There's one here, then a few here. What am I going to do about all these ones? I just carried. This is a dark enough fabric that you're not going to see my carrying. So like the black ones, I actually was doing this line. So I would do, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, down here and do this one, back up, do these, down here, do this one, back up. And then another thing I tend to do, and I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it, when I'm carrying a stitch, instead of going in a straight line, like here's this orange. Actually, you can see it more down here. Like if they're one on top of another like this, kind of, I don't go straight. I will go like, if there's 4 squares in between, I will go 5 squares and over one so that I can stitch down, if that makes any sense. And that way what happens is your stitches on the back are at an angle, like they're on the diagonal, just by 1 stitch. But that means that that stitch is not under the holes, like the carrying is not under the holes. And I find that that way you don't notice as much, right? Like, I know this isn't the most see-through fabric, but you can't see. Maybe you can a little through there, but once I have it finished, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, part 1, Happy Halloween sale. That's all my whips. So I'm gonna just show you what was in the box while we're talking about it. All right, so the floss, which is on me, and mine is now a mess, so pardon. The flosses came. It's DMC. The fabric. Oh, That needle minder of my McDonald's pumpkin, my boo bucket, I will put below where I got that, because I know someone will ask. But I got it, it wasn't a needle minder, it was like a flat blank, and then I glued a magnet to it. The fabric, which I'll just put away to use for something else. Really well packaged. It had some cookies. Now it has less cookies. The floss and stuff came in this packet. So the floss, and I think the fabric was in there, and there might have been a piece of paperwork in there. I just want to stay home and craft. We all know that's true. This is a yoink pouch. It came with, this was their like deluxe kit, because you can get this as a full kit, which I think these are now sold out, but I'm showing you in case it's something you're interested in the future. You could get just the floss and fabric, or you can get just the PDF. You could still join in on this and just get the PDF. They'd email it right out. You'd be caught up by Friday. Satsuma stitch. Some floss drops, some Halloween floss drops, so spiders, pumpkins, and bats, and these are wood. A nerd hoop, which this bad boy's thick. Like, I honestly think this would be really good for finishing, because I stitch in a Q-snap. This is a number 4, Nerd number 4. Some sparkly floss, which I thought was called for in it, but it doesn't appear to be. But you could swap it out in it if you wanted to, or just have for some fun sparkly floss. A needle minder, who's really cute. I should put him on there, but he was in this box and the other one was on my stand. So that's what happened. And these fun scissors that I need to open up and try. Let's open them together. I want to see how sharp they are. So they even have like the little cover. Ooh, those are nice. So these fun little Halloween scissors. Put the cover back on. So that's what came in the deluxe kit. But like I said, if you're like, oh, I missed out on that, but I'd like to do it, you can pop right over and sign up and pull your own stuff and go to town. I'm just gonna set that on the floor. What else? I had a gift, and then I had purchases. So the gift was Robin from October House sent me her new releases to send to you guys. And Robin spoils me so bad. She made me this gorgeous project bag. And she also sent me some finishing fabrics and some flosses and this really cool marking tool, like a quilting tool, but I love this fabric. So she spoiled me, and she sent me her new releases, which we'll do in giveaways, but it was Summer Jam. Her next new release, and I've already seen people excited about this one, it's her latest skinny mini pattern, and it's called Sewing Sundries. And this is, I love these ones because you don't have to stitch the whole thing. It's 147 by 27. So you could stitch the whole thing. It'd be an awesome drum. You could stitch, you know, just this section or just this section and make a pillow. You can mix and match. So I think these are really cool. Not into pinks, swap them out for your other favorite colors. So we have that. And she sent me a couple copies of Faded Flag. This one had been out. I think it was a May release, but I know a lot of people are stitching this. So we'll do those in a minute. The other thing I bought 2 charts from Threadwork Primitives on Etsy, and I have plans for these. Probably next video I will show you. So this one is called Be Warm. Threadwork Primitives. And then the other one is Primitive Crow. I love this one. I've loved this one for a long time. I just hadn't picked it up. So like I said, I have next video for those. Before we do giveaways, I wanted to mention a new tool for all of us stitchers. Let me pull it up. The Flosstube Library. This was put together by Allie of Red Panda Homebody on Instagram, and I can't even imagine how much work it took to pull this all together. I can't imagine. It was a lot of work. So she has put together the Flosstube Library, which is Flosstube Library on Instagram. And then see that blue right there is the link. So if you click on that link, it's this whole collection of different categories. And then if you click in them, like accessories and tools, she has linked a whole bunch of different Flosstube videos that you can look at for information on that. So accessories and tools, you know, community, retreats and sales, designers, fabric, finishing, floss, patterns, shopping, organization. Like, this is fantastic. If you're looking for something and you're like, oh, I wish I knew how to do XYZ. Well, you can go there and look in that category and see if she has something linked. Or if you find something that's not linked, you can message Flosstube Library's Instagram and she can add it, you know, when she has time, because I'm sure she kind of got a little bit of a flood of things. I will link that below. I think it's great. It's a great resource. So there's that. Plans, and then we'll do giveaways. Satsuma Street, Monster House Sal, starts on Friday. I showed 2 fabric options last time. I bet it was 50-50 on who liked which one. Well, guess what? I found a third. I didn't bring it down. It's more of a straight gray that I think all the colors will work on, right? Some of the purple didn't work on the purple, blah, 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 blah. This one I think is probably going to be the one I go with. I think it's a picture of this plus and it's a 14 count, and I think it's Mirage, but I'll have to check the tag. I had bought a half yard because I was originally going to do Snow Queen on it, and then I found a different fabric I liked better, and this one had gotten like shoved in an area I don't usually put fabric. So I was like, well, I have all kinds of this fabric, I should use it. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Happy Halloween Sal. That comes out every 2 weeks. So the second part should be out by my next video because I'm planning on doing an update 2 weeks from today. I really want to keep working on nibblers. I probably will work on the taco piece in the car. I worked on that in the car right in front of him. He didn't pay any attention because he wanted to be surprised with his ornament this year. I outlined it so I could just fill in, so he wasn't paying any attention to me. The Midsummer Stitch is coming up. That's something that Stephanie of Lindy Stitches is putting together, and I'm super bummed that I can't do it, but my mother-in-law's here, so we'll be visiting. I can't be like, thanks for coming to visit. I'm gonna shut myself in this room for 2 days and stitch with my friends online. I'd like to, but I can't. So I'll be there for the Jingle Ball. That's already on my calendar. That's it for plans, and hope that it cools off. Giveaways. These are what was sticking to the table. So we had a last call for a copy of Nibblers from Pedal Pusher. This was Laurie Bass, or Bass, B-A-S-S. And like I said, this is available. She may even have the PDFs on her Etsy shop now. I'm not sure. She may not. Last video, we had 2 charts. As always, my charts are donated from Carla at Cobweb Corner. She's just so generous with providing giveaways. So I always link her videos below. I know she's been out of town and stuff, so she hasn't had an update lately, but I'm sure she will. She's busy too. It's summer, everyone's busy. So number 1 was Rooftop Cocoa. This is going to Julie Lindsay. I have this. I need to, it's so cute. And number 2 is October House Fiber Arts Gingerbread Row. And this is J.L. Kennedy. Now this is not a skinny mini, I know I showed last time. This is 228, so that's a long one, but you could just do them individual. So J.L. Kennedy. So for this week, again, we'll do numbers. Giveaway rules, you need to be 18 so you can legally give me your address. Don't say win or giveaway. Just leave the numerical number, and then I use the random number comment picker thinger to pick them. So, first two are provided by Carla. Number one is Beach Truck from Homespun Elegance. I went with the summer theme for these. Beach Truck. Number one. Number two is Seasons Summer from Leela's Studio. That's number two. All right, number three. Hold on, these got out of order. Number three is Summer Jam, and these were sent in by October House, Robin, and I have 3 copies. So I'll pull 3 names. That's number 3. Okay, ringing, it's number 3. Number 4, I have 2 copies, is Summer Sundries. And number 5, I also have 2 copies, is Faded Flag. This one is long. This one is 149 by 27. So this is a skinny mini pattern. So thank you, Robin, for those. She's got great stuff. And I've seen a lot of people finishing Strawberry Fair. Like, a lot of people worked on that this summer. I still love that one. That berry was a beast, but I still love that chart. So I think that's it. I'm still waiting on my Christmas book. I know some people have gotten their cross-stitch Christmas book for this year, but mine hasn't come in yet. I just signed up, so I'm probably like on the end of the list. Like, it takes time to pack things and ship them out, so it will get here. When it does, I will do a flip through. I am going to film, oh, it's buried. I am going to film a flip through of that Halloween book I showed a few videos ago, so that will go up at some point. If the Christmas book comes first, I might do that one first, just because if you want to get it, they might sell out, whereas the Halloween book is not new and it's on Amazon, so it's easier to get. So that's today's thoughts. I think that's it. Like I said, I'll be back with something next week, and then we will do the regular video 2 weeks from now, is the plan. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good rest of your week. Bye.